shooting was like all shoots. I mean, it's a bit crazy, always. In a sense, you set off on an adventure and you dive into that adventure. And slowly but surely, something happens. I try to work with a degree of gentleness. I hate conflicts. I'm not terribly good at conflicts either. So I was try to strike the right balance so everyone can feel as much at ease as possible. And I think it worked reasonably well, seems to me, actually. Well, I had worked separately with both of them, and when Martin showed me his screenplay and told me who he was thinking of for the roles, I was enthusiastic right away. I always find it fantastic and also very generous for a director vis-à-vis the audience to try for the very first time to put an emotion and a meeting between two actors on the screen who've never met before. And that's what people want to see. They want to see something new, not always the same actors playing with the same actors.
In this film, I liked it because for me it was really like playing a part. You know, it was really like really playing. And that's what I liked about it, because I like the character. I do understand her. I feel very far from her, but I do understand her, and I had a lot of pleasure to play her, frankly, really. Well, I think I'm still on the same, it's the same thing that I felt, you know, years ago. It's always a desire, you know, for the characters, but the films. Most of all, it's the film, the director that I choose.
Acting as such, when you're an actor, you really slip into particular roles, particular professions. I've been a musician, I've been a chef, and I must admit that being a midwife, well, I really had to make a big effort. And at the end of the day, I found it rather touching. And subsequently, I had to learn to be very, very cold, to keep my feelings inside. If there's an emergency, birth anywhere, I can give a helping hand. Yes, so can I, says the director. It's not a mother-daughter relationship, nor is it just a friendship between two women. It's something slightly different. My character provokes that fairly brutally, and Catherine Frot is very reluctant. At least her character is. She doesn't really trust my character, of course. She's got a grudge against this woman because of what she's lived through with her, and also because of what happened with her father. But Béatrice is really someone who charms people. She's a bit disarming, she's full of generosity, and in the end, Claire falls for that charm. I don't know if she falls for it. Yes, she does in a sense fall for it. Well, no, not exactly. There's the point of view of Claire as well, which is interesting. And from her point of view, it's interesting. I'm talking about Beatrice's point of view. I'm not talking about my point of view. I'm talking about Beatrice's point of view. Because what's interesting is to really see these two currents coming together. And I would say that there's also the idea of forgiveness, which is very important. Claire moves towards Beatrice, but there's a man in between them getting in the way. There's Claire's father, who is Beatrice's lover. There's this kind of forgiveness which allows Claire to become liberated, to become freed, so that Beatrice is set free too before her death. So the idea of handing things on, of transmission, of forgiveness, they're significant words, but they are nonetheless important. There's one woman who's coming to the end of her life, that's my character, and there's another woman who opens up to life, who becomes more generous, more open. She feels much more loving and in love as well.